to do my nails again. So here I am. I just finished taking off my nail polish, and I thought I had recorded a video of that so that I could show you guys my the new device I'm using to take off my polish, and I forgot to press record. So that didn't work out so well. So next time that I take my polish off, I'll record it so you can see. It's this like nail steamer thing, works pretty cool. So I decided I was going to use some sets from recent releases that just, came out, within the last few months. So I have the, this is one of the mermaid themed sets. And then this one was from the neon something sets. I don't remember what the releases were called, but this one is Wild Instinct. It is a fluorescent orange color. It's a neon, so that's like supposed to not be in sunlight and whatnot. And then this one is Coral Gardens, and this is a petite set. So I can't use a petite set to do all of my nails because they're not big enough for me. My nails are too big. I can't do my thumbs with the thumb size, so that's why I added in this one. I thought they would go kind of cute together. I've been wanting to do an orange set, so I may only use this one nail here on my ring finger like an accent, and the rest of them are going to be this. I haven't decided yet, but we're going to start with this because this is going to be my accent, and then everything else will be this orange. So I figured I would start with this one and then decide where and how I'm going with it. So, all right, I'm gonna get this out. These are both like a shimmer set. They have like a shimmery finish to them. This one really even has some more glitter in it. This one's more of just a shimmer. All right, so I'm pretty sure I want to use this one on my ring finger. And I will need both because they're not big enough for me to use both sides. Hi. No, it doesn't. Here, you gotta go do it because Mommy's recording. Here. Okay. So take that off. There you go. And then I don't know if I want to do I want to do this lighter pink nail, or do I want to just stick with this? Like, I'm not sure with this bright orange, how is that pink gonna, I don't think the pink is gonna go very well with that super bright orange. So I think we're just gonna do the ring finger in this, and we'll put the rest of it away. But you can see this is supposed to be the thumbs. It doesn't even come close to covering.
Mommy, just got me a little bit of water.
Okay, so I can't use that for my thumbs for sure. This one I might still be able to use like on the point on the ring finger. That's about my ring finger size. So like this one would probably fit pretty well on the middle. But I think I want this to be the accent finger, not this. Anyways, the petites, they don't work super great for me. That's why I don't usually buy them, but I really liked this set and the other set that came with this collection that were petites. I really, really liked them. So I bought it, but, it's not something that I stopped buying them because they're just not really what works for me, but these ones were just too cute to pass up, so I had to buy them. All right. So I thought this would be a good video too to just kind of do, like I haven't done a basic application video in a long time. So we'll kind of talk about basic tips and tricks for applying the ColorStreet strips while we're doing this here. I got some nail polish stuck there that's annoying me. Let me try and get it off. All right, so we've got an accent finger. Now we need the other fingers. And I've just been, I don't know why, but I've been really wanting to do like a bright orange. So I decided to do this one. The one that was just in the recent sub box was more of a reddy colored orange, I think. And I wanted more of like this, where it's sort of more like a true orange, I think. But, okay, so I'll need a thumb. So I'm gonna use that one. So if you're new to ColorStreet, when they're not petites, it's pretty much always the same, right? You're gonna get 2 strips, same sizes on both strips. I've been using them for a long time, so I know what fits my fingers. So I don't really have to spend a lot of time trying and seeing which one's gonna fit where. I know the big thumb will fit my thumb great. And right now my thumbnails are short enough that I only need 1. Typically when my nails get a little bit longer, I need 2. But right now I only need 1 of these. So I'm gonna take my 1 thumb strip. The second size down is supposed to be another thumb. I can use that sometimes for my thumbs. It's a little bit small for the thumb, so I usually will have to stretch it. So I don't use it all the time, but I can use that for my thumbs as well. So, and I like to pile my strips up before I put them back in my sleeve to seal them up, because they tend to stay fresh better if they're in a pile versus stretched out once the package has been opened anyways. So then after that thumb size, this size here is usually what fits my middle finger. So I can test them out, you know, so if you're a first time user or new user to ColorStreet, you may need to test out the size on your nail to see, is this going to fit? And I usually do that by just bending it a little bit, and you can see, is it going to cover my full nail, right? And all of my nails are short enough right now. I do not need a strip for each nail. I can use 1 strip and do 2 nails with it, except for the petites, obviously. And you can just, I mean, you can see how much longer a regular strip is compared to the petites. It's a big difference. So if I was doing my ring finger with this set, this one is usually the one that fits my ring finger. So I'll show you. That one is typically the right size for me for my ring finger. And then the next 2 on the strip, I can put that one there first. I like to pile them by size too. The next 2 on the strip will usually do my pointer finger. They're both about the same. You can see they have a slightly different shape to them. I feel like this one's a little bit wider in the middle, and this one's more just straight. But they're basically the same. I use both of those for my pointer finger. So we'll take one of those. And then those are all pointer strips for me, like I said. So I'm going to pile those in there. And then we have the 2 different size pinkies. So for me, I can use this small pointer, or this large pinky, excuse me, for my pinky and my pointer, or both pinkies. It'll just be this end is a little big for a pinky for me. And then the small one, I can only use this side for my pinkies. Oops, hit my light. This side is too small. It won't go the full length of, or the full width of my nail. So I think this time I'm gonna use these baby ones, use those up and save these. So for me, every pack of ColorStreet has 4 options for me to put on my pointer finger, really, because I've got the 4 pointer strips plus that, actually, so 6 I could put on my pointer finger when I do with any set. But it just depends on your nail size. A lot of people, that pointer finger size one fits like their ring finger. So for them, they have more options. You know, they can use that on both their ring and their pointer sometimes. So you just have to try out the sizes to see until you get used to it. And then once you're used to knowing like what your size is, what's going to fit you, it's quick. You just pull them out and go. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take my first strip for my pinky finger. You always want to take off your plastic before you do anything to the strip. So if you're going to do anything, cutting, hole punching, any of that, you want to make sure you take that plastic off first, because once you take it off and put it on your nail, it's hard to get that plastic off without the tab. So for this, I'm going to take this strip off, and I like to use what we call the anchor method when I'm putting my strips on. So I take the backing that I have, and I stick my strip right back to that same side that I took it off of. Because if you put it on the opposite side, you're going to end up with it stuck there and you can't use it. It will stick to the other side. So, and then I'm going to take off the tab on the end here, because I'm going to use this end for my finger, not the other end. And it's sticking to me, of course, because these are nice, fresh, new strips, and so they're really sticky. I also do a little bit of stretching when I do this one, because it is even a little small for my pinky still. So if you put your fingers very gently on either side of the strip and kind of wiggle a little bit, you can stretch the strip out a bit. It is nail polish, so if you stretch too hard or too much, it's going to rip. But you can do a little gentle tugging on it and stretch it to fit your finger if you need to. So then I'm going to put it on my finger close to the cuticle, but not on it. And then I smooth out down the middle and down the sides with my finger. And then I'm going to use my thumbnail to cut my strip at the edge of my finger. And then if I was going to use this other side, I would go over and do the other finger, but I'm not going to use that other side, so I'm throwing it away. Oops, I dropped my packets on the floor. Okay. And then I'm going to take my pusher here, and I'm going to go around the edge of my nail and up around the top and kind of push it down, make sure that everything's nice and smooth and there's no bubbles. And then I take my orange wood stick and I'm going to get the edge off here. You can use the orange wood stick to perforate around the edges, or these are nice fresh strips, so I was able to use my rubber pusher to perforate around the edge. But so I take off all of the edge, and then there we have our strip. I've got a little bit right here that's driving me nuts. There we go. You can also use your nippers to clean up around the edges if you need to as well. Like here, I went a little too far over my cuticle, I think. So I'm going to take a little bit off down here, because I don't want it over my cuticle, because then you're going to have lifting. So we're going to take that off. I'm not super happy with how I placed this one either. I didn't get close enough to this side, and then I actually ripped a little too much off on this side, but it's fine. All right, and then we'll do the other pinky. These are a shimmer strip. It depends sometimes. Sometimes the shimmer strips work perfect for me, and sometimes I have issues with them wrinkling. I guess it probably just depends on like the set itself. I got a little bit of the tab left on there. Like, so this, you can see it has the white backing, right? It's a neon. The neons usually have that on the back. So they have the white backing. Some of the shimmer strips, that's my little guy. He's watching Boss Baby and he loves that movie. So sometimes some of the shimmers don't have that. And I feel like those are the ones where I tend to have issues with it wrinkling or creasing because they don't have as much stability, I guess. Is Aiden. Shh. All right. So we're going to put this one on. I'm going to try not to get this one as close to my cuticle as I did with the other one. So I usually go like up the middle and then I do my sides. And if you have issues with the strip wrinkling, so like a lot of times with solids, you're going to get wrinkles in the sides. I always get wrinkles with solids. To avoid that, I kind of take the side of the strip and pull at the top of my nail. And you see how it just pulled the strip down right to my nail when I did that? I do the same thing on the other side. That's what I do with any strips that wrinkle on me. That's how I apply them so that pulls out any wrinkles that might happen there. And then when you're applying strips, thumbs are your best tools. So you always start with your other fingers first. I usually do pinkies and then down to my thumbs. But you know, I could have done my middle finger with these first and then gone to the others. It doesn't really matter as long as you're leaving your thumbs available to use, because they're really your best tools for application, for cutting these edges off, things like that. So you want to have your thumbs last so that you have them to use to get, you know, the edges of strips off and stuff. They work the best, better than any other tool. I'm a little happier with that one's placement. It looks better to me, see? I don't know. All right, now we're gonna do our ring finger accent here. So this one's also a shimmer, but it also has a lot of glitter in it. So we'll see how it applies. I don't know, we'll see once we take it off. But, and it does have the white backing, so it's probably gonna apply pretty good. I find it's all the ones that don't have that tend to wrinkle on me. All right, so I take off the edge there, and then we're going to do the same thing. I'm gonna apply it as close to the cuticle as I can without actually putting it on my cuticle. Oh, see, it started to wrinkle. So I just pulled it up a little bit. I do have base coat on, and that makes it harder to pull a strip up and replace it. But, you know, if you get it before you start pushing down, if you feel like you did the placement wrong or it's wrinkling, you can pull it back up and replace it if you need to. But once you start pushing it down, it's really hard to take it back up without ripping it. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one and kind of pull on my edge a little bit. And then use my pusher here to get it down good into my side wall. Same thing on this side. And you can see there's not enough that I would be able to do my other finger. At least I don't think so with this strip. Let's see. I usually can't do two fingers with the petites, but I don't know, actually. My nails, because they're pretty short right now, this might work. Let's try it. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't end up regretting it. So again, I'm gonna put it close, but not on my cuticle. And I try and place it right in the middle. Oh, it worked, yay! All right, so I only had to use one of these, so that's cool. I'll have this to use in another mani, so I'm gonna stick that in there. I gotta seal these up too. I haven't sealed them yet. The sooner you seal them, the better. The longer they're sitting out in air, the more chance they're going to start kind of curing up on you. So I usually seal them right as soon as I can. And ColorStreet does not guarantee that if you reseal your strips that they will be usable. They call them a one-time use product. So They do not guarantee that they'll still work if you reseal them, but I reseal my strips all the time. Pretty much everybody I know that uses it reseals their strips and they're fine. Every once in a while you'll get one that it doesn't work, but typically I don't have any issue with resealing them. Okay. Okay. And this one I did the same thing. I didn't place it as well as I would like, so I have a little gap on one side, but it's not too bad, so I'm going to leave it alone. I just get the little bit off the sides on this one. I tend to find for cleaning my edges that the orange wood stick or my thumbs are really what works best to get that little edge bit off of, you know, like this one that the strip was just, it's a little tiny bit big for my ring finger, you know, so it just needs a little bit to, okay. Oh, you know what? Do I want to do, I bet you that strip would fit my middle finger too. Do I want to do 2 fingers with the mermaid stuff on it, or do I want just one? I don't know what I want. I think we're going to do more of these because I've been really wanting to do this color. So I think we'll just have the one finger, the mermaid strip. All right. And I was thinking about putting nail decals along the bottom in gold. I don't know if you guys have seen any nail fees like that, but I have seen a lot of them where it has like just this little bit along the bottom that is a different color. So it almost looks like what you would do for a French tip, but it's along the bottom of the nail. And it's very thin. And I have some nail decals that are that type of a look. So I was thinking about doing the nails that are just orange with one of the nail decals, but we'll see. All right, so I kind of had to go around the edge really carefully because it started to wrinkle over here, but I was able to smooth out any wrinkles with my cuticle pusher. And then we're gonna cut this off at the tip and do the other nail. So, okay. And then these strips fit for me, so I can use both sides. One for each of my middle fingers instead of like I did on the pinky where I only used one side. Kind of depends on what you're gonna do. Like I have tons of partials. I really don't need to save my strips. I could use just one strip per finger or do one finger per strip. Because I don't use my partials like I should, but I don't know, it just feels wasteful to me, so I don't. Oh, I had something on my nail there. Shoot, and this ripped along the side a little bit. Let me see if I can kind of push it back so it's not. There we go. So see, I ripped the side, but I was able to push it back over so that it's not showing as much. Okay. And I got a little wrinkly edge forming over here, so I just need to kind of push that out. And then you want to, this is not doing what I want it to. Once I put top coat on, though, I think it will. It's like I need it to come together so it doesn't, there we go. You want to make sure when you do your nails, you don't want to be like getting in the shower right after, doing dishes, like putting your hands into like, you know, dishwater kind of thing. If you're, you know, throwing dishes into a dishwasher, that's fine. You just don't really want to like soak your hands in water at all. Immediately after doing your mani, you want to give it like 24 hours to see, you know, set up really before you're putting your hands, like soaking them in water at all. Because it can just affect how long they last. So I usually do my nails before I go to bed. I'm not today, but typically I do them before I go to bed because you want to let them cure up before you really do a whole lot. I always say you got to let your mani sit overnight and let it cure up before you decide you don't like it, because sometimes it looks different once it's cured. So curing means once the strip is hardened, because these are real nail polish strips and they are 97% dry. I can't remember, but they're not fully cured. So you need to let them cure up and finish that process before you know, I say before you decide whether or not you like it, because it will sometimes look different in the morning. And there are other strips on the market that, you know, say they're just like ColorStreet, but they're not necessarily real polish. So I have found that ColorStreet works best for the regular nail polish strips. I recently started using gel polish strips, and ColorStreet doesn't have those. So I've been using semi-cured gel polish strips. Those I absolutely love as well. I liked the Dashing Diva ones the best. I've used a bunch of different brands, but Dashing Diva was pretty much the best out of the ones that I have tried. And I like those a lot, but right now I'm not using them because the base coat that I've been using to try and help my nails grow, this Rocket Nail Fuel, you have to put a coat on every day. And I don't think that it would be able to penetrate through the gel polish. So I have been using just my ColorStreet strips now for a few weeks and not using the gel polish at all. I do still like the gel polish because I think that when it cures up, it's really hard, you know, like truly like gel polish that you would get in a nail salon, you know, like this shellac, whatever you call it. It cures up very hard. So I feel like it gives my nails some more strength and support, but I'm not using it right now because I want to give this stuff a chance to work. And I can't put it on every day and be sure that it's going to, I don't think it would make it through the seal of the gel polish on my nail. So it would be kind of like wasting the product, you know. I can put it under the gel polish, but then I can't reapply every day, so. And there's lots of stuff I wanted to do with my ColorStreet polish anyways, so I'm kind of just taking a break from the gel for now. But I do still like those. I think they're a really good option. Yeah. I really love this orange. It is so pretty. It's definitely a good, like, summer color, I think. And I really like it. I like it a lot. I'm almost wishing I didn't do the one accent nail and that I had just done this, but my cuticles are really dry right now because I have not been using the cuticle oil like I should. I have the same brand that I'm using as the nail growth serum. They have a cuticle oil too that I was putting on every day when I put on the extra coat of the rocket fuel, and I have not done it, and now my cuticles are all dry. I was doing so good with that, and I'm mad that I haven't done it for like a week. Sorry, I need to go around the edge of this one, and I need to be closer to my face. Sorry, I will be right back on there in a second. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wish I did just the orange. I like it. We'll see though. What I've been doing with all my manicures too is they have this, I have this one that is it's like a color from them. But honestly, I've been using it as a top coat because it gives like this nice kind of sheer sheen to it. And it also changes the color of stuff a little bit with the pinky tone to this, but it's more like a top coat than an actual color. So I've been putting that over my strips pretty much all the time because I like the finish it gives them. So it may look a little different with that over it. We'll see. Okay. But I really like this orange. What was this again? Called Wild Instinct. I like it because it has a little bit of shimmer to it. It's not just a solid, you know. It looks like it from like a distance. It looks like just solid orange, but it's not. It has this beautiful sheen with this little tiny glitters in it. And it just like, it almost has like a golden effect to it with the sheen that's on there. So it's like a very slight gold glitter almost. I'm gonna pull this again because I don't want to get wrinkles here. Dang it, I'm not happy with my placement on this one either. I went a little too far to this side. So I usually do, like, I place my strips on the middle of my finger, but the other way to do it, if the strip is good and it fits your finger, will kind of prevent this problem that I've had on a couple fingers where I placed it and it's not where I wanted it on my nail, and I'm not covering both sides completely. If I had done it this way instead, that wouldn't be a problem. So another way to put on your strips is to start on the side. So you place it down on the side of your nail, again, like with the cuticle, like close to the sidewall, but not over it. And then go across your nail, smoothing it out instead of like I was doing, where you go up the middle and then do the sides. So if you do it that way, then you'll have kind of equal, it'll be covered on both sides. So that's a way to avoid the one side's not covered problem. I think I stretched this a little bit when I took it off, so it's like a little thinner at the top here. So if you don't use your thumb as a tool, you can use your orange wood stick like I'm doing right now to get those top parts off too. Since I now have strips on both thumbs, you don't really want to use your thumb once you have a strip on it, because you can wrinkle the top of your strip or make it not be all the way to the top of the nail. So once you've got your strips on there, you don't want to use your thumb again to peel off the edges. Okay. This one little piece right here don't want to come off. There we go. Okay. All right, well, let's see. I'm gonna pull out my nail decals in here. Let's see. I know I have some gold. There it is. I think this is the one that I'm gonna want, but maybe these two. I don't know. Yeah, those ones, I think. All right, this is where I keep all my nail decals right now. I ordered a little binder from Temu to put them in, because I have so many and they're just kind of shoved in an envelope. And that should be coming soon. I'm excited. I want to organize my decals like I organized my strips. All right, so let's see. Oh, looks like this got a little damaged in the shipping process, but that's okay. All right, let's see. Does this have a top layer on it? I think it does. No, maybe not. All right. So what I was thinking is putting it around the bottom part there. Just this thin little gold bit. Let's see. We'll try it out on the pinky first and see. Although I think, are these thicker? I can't tell. It looks like they're getting thicker as they go across. So I want the really thin line. All right, let's see. And it goes like right at your cuticle line. But it doesn't go all the way. Oh, booger. Okay, it doesn't go all the way around, but more than that. That's not far enough. I have a bunch of pictures with this, so I'll put a picture so you can see what I was talking about, kind of like what the inspiration for it was. This part anyways, the manis that I've been seeing. maybe if I do like this, I can't get it to stick the way that I want it to. There we go. Okay. So I want this side to stop right there. And then on this side, I want it to go up a little bit, but not all the way. If I can twist it to do what I want it to do. Ugh. That's not really what I want it to do. Man, these are not working the way I thought they would. Let's see if I can move it with my pusher. It's not doing what I wanted it to, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'll have to play with this and maybe I'll try it on a different set, because it's not doing what I want it to do. Although the other ones were smaller. Maybe the smaller ones will work. Let's see. Those two that might work. Let's see though. These ones looked like they were more curved to me, so these might work better. Let's see. I feel like that's too thin, but I don't know. Let's see. We'll try it. No, it's not good enough. I don't like that. All right, let's try this one. I keep getting my packages stuck to me. All right. Okay. I think this one's better. The curve of it is better. I don't know if I like it still, but the curve is better. The nail fees I've seen with it were like a natural colored nail, not a brightly colored nail like that. And I don't know if it goes with what's going on here. So I think we're gonna I will try it with a different mani because I don't feel like it's matching with what I have going on right now. Come on. Oh no, now it's not gonna come off. it should since I didn't put top coat on yet, but I did squish it down pretty good too. All right, well, anyways, let's move on from that. I think I'm done for now. So there it is. This mani is finished. Of course, they're going to put top coat and neaten it up a little bit, but it's finished. So there we go. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.